From the News Channel 5 Network, this is Inside Politics.
Hello, everyone. I'm News Channel 5's political analyst, Pat Nolan. Welcome to Inside Politics. Our guest today is the new director of Metropolitan Schools for Nashville-Davidson County. He is Dr. Shawn Joseph. Dr. Joseph, welcome to Inside Politics and welcome to Nashville.
Thank you. Great to be here.
You've been working as the deputy superintendent in Prince George's County in Maryland for the last couple of years. When you were up there, what did you know about Nashville?
You know, I actually came to Nashville, I believe it was 2 years ago, for a conference, and I love the city. And I didn't think I'd be here 2 years ago, but here I am, and I am beyond excited to be here.
How did you first learn that the job here was open? Were you actively recruited either by the search agency or by people here in town?
Yeah, no, Jim Hughey, the search chair, sent me a note, and we had long conversations, and I did a lot of research about the school district and thought this was a place that I could contribute.
Now, when you did that research, did you find there was also a lot of contention at the time and disagreement among members of the school board? Was that something that caught your eye at that point, and how did you interpret that?
Well, I mean, I spent a year studying school board meetings and watching them. And I saw the contentious conversations that occurred, but I also saw passion from each one of the board members on the issue. And I thought that this is a place where those issues could easily be resolved if we just keep kids first.
So the contentious conversations did not turn you off? It was not a barrier for you saying, I don't want to go to Nashville?
I think great teams have people who have differing opinions and look at things from multiple perspectives. So I actually thought that it had the potential to make us very healthy.
When Mayor Megan Barry came to office about a year ago, she said one of her first priorities was to help find a new schools director at that point. The previous search had failed, more or less, and she wanted to do that. What role did she play in bringing you here? She said she wanted to sort of be the recruiter and the closer to help bring an outstanding director here.
Well, I worked directly with Jim Hughey in the search firm, so I don't know what the background conversations were. I just worked with Jim, and here I am.
Now, how did you sell yourself to the Metro School Board? Because they, as we talked about before, they had been quite contentious. They were just about unanimous in hiring you among the 4 finalists, and that was a fairly impressive feat. They've rarely been together about anything in the last couple of years.
Yeah, well, I just tried to speak my truth, and I think my truth resonated. And it's a truth that I think the Metro school system will benefit from.
You started your job on July 1st, but you were actually doing things and being pretty active in terms of putting together your top staff and some of the other things you were going to do about hiring principals. Even before that started, did you feel like you were sort of behind schedule, getting in as late as you did after the last school year ended?
No, well, Dr. Gentry and the board had the insight to give me 10 transition days in my contract. And I used those days to have an opportunity to meet with the board, really understand their perspective and what their collective and individual interests were. And as we think about starting school on August 3rd, there's a lot that needs to happen.
That's less than a month.
Yeah.
Well, you have set a very aggressive agenda for the first 100 days. And I want to quote from a news release I got from your office. You're going to be in all corners of Nashville and in every metro school between now and the time school opens. You're going to have 11 listen and learn community meetings to make sure you get to all the city and all the stakeholders. Are you going too fast at this point? Are you concerned that haste makes waste?
No, not at all. I mean, I won't get to all 169 some odd schools before the school year starts. Within the first year, I'll definitely get to all schools, but I will get to all regions by August. And I think the Listen and Learns gives me an opportunity to get to 11 different communities to really hear from our constituents.
Have you been able to move your family here yet?
Not yet. They will be coming slowly but surely. My wife is a principal in Maryland, and transitions are difficult when we have houses and other responsibilities. So I'll be here. I'll be commuting back and forth, and my family will be coming. But they'll be here this weekend, and they've been here 3 or 4 times since May 13th.
Will she be allowed to be in the metro system, or is that something? Does she perhaps be a principal in some other system or in a private school here?
Well, we'll figure out what her next steps are as time comes.
Nashville has a very hot, competitive real estate market. Are you having any challenges at this point? Have you begun going out looking for homes?
Yeah.
It's not easy to get one. A lot of times there are multiple offers out there, and you've got to act maybe more quickly than you'd think you would have to.
I've seen that, and the housing costs are pretty expensive here as well.
Compared to Maryland.
Yes. I mean, luckily, we have found a wonderful community and a wonderful home to rent. And we'll take a year and identify something, but I'm pretty sure we'll find something before the end of the year here in Davidson County.
Now, one of your action goals is sustaining a two-way dialogue with stakeholders, especially those who have been underrepresented in the past in public education. Who are those groups, and how do you get them more involved? Because historically, they haven't even wanted to be involved.
Yeah, well, I think all families want to be involved in their child's education. I'm committed, and I'm sure, and my life's experiences have taught me that all families have hopes and dreams for their kids. It's just sometimes they don't know we want them at the table. And so I think my goal is to work with the community, and there are a number of community entities, whether it's our local churches, our local YMCAs, our local Boys and Girls Clubs. We'll go to those places where the full community resides, and we'll find ways to have meaningful conversations.
Is that something you'll sustain over just this first year, or do you expect to continue to be going to those sorts of things even as the years go by?
Now, that should be the standard operating ways we do business here, so we'll keep it going.
Your goal is to also ensure that the district's communication systems and processes are open and transparent. Have you found any situations where that was not already the case, and what steps are you taking?
No, not yet. So one of the things we're doing is just assessing where we are with our communications. You can always improve communication processes, and so we're just in that continuous improvement mindset, particularly as it relates to communications, though.
Dr. Shawn Joseph, the new director of Metro Schools, is our guest on Inside Politics. Back to continue our conversation with him after these messages.